Hello YouTube, and welcome back to attempt 3 recording this episode. Oh, joys. You've got to love them. So, here we are, back into the grind. We've got no wood because all this is going to take at least another 25 to 30 days to actually pop up, so we're out of wood. We have a power system that's running, that's producing copious amounts of power for us. It's not attached to anything, which I want to do. So I'm thinking what we're going to do is connect the power system to here. Through here, I want to build a huge trench underneath this reservoir of water and then have it punch out and then go in. Now that's going to require getting into all this and making a huge mess, but I don't anticipate that being that big of an issue since we do have plenty of explosives on hand as well as extract, so that should not be a problem. I'm looking forward to that. This other problem that we do have is this is full of water right now, but that should be easily rectified because we are at the beginning of a 17-day drought, so that means that we will have an empty spot in here shortly, so that won't be too much of an issue for us. One thing that I do want to think about doing or start preparing to do, honestly, is getting plenty of dirt over here in preparation for our mega project over here. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to probably put on a low priority, what are they called? Tubeway system over to this area and set up a staging ground for like a massive dirt pile. So we'll probably put in a huge storage system like that down here, so that we can have copious amounts of material readily available to rock and roll. Now that of course requires lumber, which of course we're still highly lacking in. We do have some lumber over here which we can take advantage of. There are a few spots here and there that we could definitely dig into. However, this is very minimal in the total or the grand scheme of things, so that's not going to be very helpful. In attempt 2 at recording this episode, I did place down some dynamite. My idea is here we're going to toss in another forester. We're going to hydrate this area, and we're going to get some pine trees up here to help stimulate our forest or our lumber storage capacity, or not capacity, that's not the right word. Lumber storage words. Yeah, you know how to word. I know how to word. Apparently I don't know how to word today. Anyway, I digress. So we're going to get out of this mode. We're going to hit 3 times speed. We're going to get things rock and rolling. We're going to let them throw in that last piece of dynamite. That's already in. And boom. So that is gone. Now we can go ahead and toss in our platforms real quick. We'll do that one like that. We're going to wrap this around like so. And we're going to toss in another forester right here, which will allow for all of the coverage of all the things. Toss in a fluid dump. And then on this backside, of course, as always, toss in 2 lumberjack flags, and we'll toss in a quick teeth grindstone. Now, the other thing that I want to do is I want to get in a bunch of beavers to help clear this out, since that is a lot of real estate right there that we could take advantage of, and it's basically being wasted right here until all of that is gone. And of course, we've got 30-something beavers sat around doing nothing with their time, so we've got a lot of beavers that can be productive members of society. But of course that means we put them to work, and we will do that. The game is really loving me right now. I can hear my computer trying to take off. I love that. All right, so this was supposed to be logs. You are also supposed to be logs. There we go. Those are built. Those are ready to rock and roll. And now I want to focus on... Well, I can just go ahead and toss in what we intended to have planted up here in the first place, which was pine. That he should be able to theoretically reach all that without any issue. Of course, this is all blocked off up here and can't reach that side because there are... flags in the way, but that's fine. And then I also need to give him something to cut when it does come to that, and I missed a spot right here. So that'll take a few seconds for them to build all that, of course, because we're out of logs and we're out of planks. Well, we're not out of planks. We have a kajillion planks. We just don't have a kajillion logs. So that's one of the biggest limb facts we have right now. That being said, we can take advantage of the fact that the Tubeways just require planks to be built, and we have plenty of planks, and we have plenty of metal blocks floating around, so we can get in here and we can start building our tubeway over to this area down here. We do have a small burst and some logs coming in, so that's quite helpful. You'd love to see that. What do you mean you have nothing to do? Okay, I'm just gonna pause you for now. Pause you. My path didn't even go in, so now that's connected appropriately. That's all green now. I love the fact that the ruins turn green when they're irrigated too. That's so cool. That's a cool little thing that they've got going on there. Now, we should have Triforce Shadow in here already planting all of our stuff for us, so that's great. You love to see it. And as soon as we get a few more portions of this stuff torn out, that will be quite helpful. We will toss in a staircase right there just so that he has easier access to that side. And we have 8 bots with nothing to do with their hands. So let's see where we can put them to work. I think power-wise, we probably can't really turn these on. So all of that is just engine power, and that's spinning right now because this side is filling in as well as this side. So that will stop doing that here in a second, or at least being that high of power. Let us see. Okay, so I would like to actually, let's go ahead and start planning this out. So we want, I think, to come out this way and then come out like this. I kind of want to save as much of that green area as I can. So that means going to there. And that connects just like that. Then we do tubeways along down here. Come on, game. Please, for the love of all that is Beaver Holy Godge, stop giving me problems. That would be greatly appreciated. Okay, hold up. I need to check something. Alright, hopefully that helped. I don't know if it did or not. That guy is stuck. How did you get stuck, Spanksy? You had one job, my guy. You had one job. Alright, don't get stuck. I don't really have the materials to come rescue your butt. If I delete that, I get all the materials back. Okay, that's fine. Can't believe you built that from the wrong side, my dude. One job, okay? Just one singular solitary job, and you went and ruined it. Okay, we do have 10 bots doing nothing, so I think that we can go ahead and unlock this real quick. Cycle some of those builders out and get them... I feel like we probably should toss in a few more hauling posts as well to occupy all the beavers that are sat in their bum doing nothing. We've got 24, excluding those guys, already occupied. So we can just go ahead and toss this in right here. Give these two a priority so that they get knocked out sooner rather than later. They are focusing on this, which means they're probably not able to reach that because reasons. And now we need to give them a way to do the things. I think the easiest is to come down through here. And let's go ahead and do that. So stairs. Call it stairs here. Can you not take away my stairs, please? Come on. There we go. Feel like this is the game yelling at me. You need to be doing different districts. This is too much for me. This is too much pain, too much suffering. I cannot compute what is happening that it is that you're telling me to do, which has happened when I've been on massive places, massive builds like this in the past. But hopefully we can, I don't know if that would alleviate it, is by building different districts. The districts always seem to be more of a pain in the butt than helpful in the long end or long haul. So I don't know if that's the answer or not. So I'll probably just go ahead and avoid it like I always try to do. And just make things exceptionally painful for me the entire time. But that's fine. That's what we're here for. We're here for watching me be in pain. Now, I would like to not go that far. Now, I want the staging area to be probably here-ish, right? No, I want the staging area to be here. I don't know if I could get anybody over there to build anything down there. That's well irrigated around here on this outer edge. Can you even reach that? You can't. Why don't I have anything marked there? There. One more tree. That'll be great. Sweet. That guy's about to get stuck. He did. Good job. Now you're unstuck. Please stop getting yourself stuck. That would be great. Okay, now we need... Can you guys still not reach this? You can't. Alright. So we do something like that, and then we toss that in right there. Or I could just, you know, draw a path over there and... Well, no, I don't have a path available. Okay, yeah. Okay, that goes there. They should be able to crawl up on top and reach that from the corner, I believe. That should not cause any major issues for them. Okay, so this line... Do we blast this back, or we... Maybe we start filling this in. Blast this down, fill this side in. Or do we want to blast this all down? Maybe blast it all down? I also want to make this outlet smaller. Maybe we can do that. Yeah, let's work on that a little bit. I just feel like that'd be a lot cooler. Instead of having this gaping hole in the side and the facade of the mountain. So we can work on that for a little bit. So that means how much dirt do we want to burn doing this? And that's really going to eat into our logs. So maybe that's a later problem that we solve at a later date. We can, however, take advantage of this over here as my computer continues to struggle bus. Please and thank you. Connect that, and then we need to have... that should reach. Now the question is, do I have the pathing ability to get over there? The answer is potentially. And I think I put the path on the wrong side. Which side is the path on? I could have just selected the darn thing. It was on that side. It's fine. It just, it looks ridiculous. Okay. Don't worry about that. Everything will be all right. Now they've got something to do with their hands. That's all in. That's all done. So that is going to be quite helpful for us. We can go ahead and tack in our solid tube weight right here. And then I believe we can just connect that like that. Hopefully, these little goobers don't get themselves stuck by going on the wrong side. I could totally see that happening, and that would be ridiculous, and it would be par for the course for all of our beavers. I would like to try to avoid that. All right, that's additional 10 beavers running around. Probably build a few more of those hauling posts, just because I'm about to put 5 more of these bots into those positions. I feel like I also need to pause these guys. They are just eating through our lumber. That is their favorite thing to do, is tear lumber apart. Or, yeah. Which means we have lots of planks floating around, but lots of planks don't do me any good if I can't do anything because the base material is gone, which is what they do all the building with. So that's kind of a moot point. This is almost dry now, so I think we can also start working on this. So I want to do something like this. Nice path all the way across. I do need to give them a way up there. I'm going to need to blast this down, blast that down, blast that across. Take those stairs out somehow. Triples all the way across. We're gonna make a big mess, yeah. And that goes... We can just draw a path. Since we're not connecting to anything, this path should not cause any problems. Of course, I put the path in the wrong spot, so of course it causes a problem. Okay, that line goes like that. That line continues. And then that goes to there. So we can tear this out. Replant the one that I didn't need to tear out. I don't know if we need double. Okay, we do need triples there. We could do singles all the way across the bottom there. I guess that would be a choice. So we'll go ahead and do that, and we won't drop that down any further right there because I feel like that's an unnecessary use for time. We do need to give them a way up and down and around all of these things so that they can accomplish all of that for us. That means getting across here like that, but that's not how you do that. Getting across here like that, and then they should be able to reach that without any issue, hopefully. How are we doing with our pine? Pine is almost entirely planted. This is slowly being taken care of. Maybe we swap out Triforce here for a bot. Now, we don't have a way for a bot to actually keep charged out here, so I don't know how helpful that will be. But we do have a power system right here. Maybe. I could also run power. I do want to run power over here also because we're going to have a lot of bots building this over here. So maybe that's a good use of our... So let's do that too. I like that idea. I still need to give them a way. Can you guys still not reach that? Okay. I will give you a path. Path for you. Now you can reach that. Let's go ahead and get down. I think that's got to be a double. Because it does. And we do double again. And that's a single. And then a single there. And then we put this right here. We then do something ridiculous like put in a lumberjack flag to eat all of this lumber because it's here. And why not? And then I'll give another beaver a little something to do with their life. Have I paused all this? I see bots moving up here for some unknown reason, and I don't quite understand it. That's fine. They will figure it out. This goes there, 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 and there. And I also need to figure out how to get over this. Okay. That's deleted. We delete this. We toss this in real quick right here. We give this a max priority. We let them plant that, and then we toss in like a tiny bridge over it or something. That should be relatively simple for them to do, theoretically, allegedly. We'll see if that's a true statement or not. I have a feeling that it's not going to be as simple as I would like it to be. They really did build this really fast. I'm actually quite shocked. I still haven't answered my question, though. How do I want to tackle this? Lowering it would kind of make sense, but it's also already on the same level, if I'm not mistaken. So if we pull this down, that is... Hold up. Okay, so that does need to go down one more, right? So that does need to drop one level. So it'll have to come out. We'll have to blast this down one. Well, it doesn't really need to, though. It doesn't need to. Because it's gonna... No, it's not necessary. Alright, that's fine. We won't do that. We will blast this out And we will want to come over here and cover this. So maybe blasting. I'm torn. Okay, I'm gonna do it. We're gonna blast it out. So we're going to come in here. We're gonna do this along this line right here. And you're going to continue doing that across the way like that. We're going to do doubles on top of here. Of course. And that goes right there. I want single right there. And then that's the correct height. That also means that we need to fill this dirt in like that. Right here. Probably going to cause a problem, but I don't anticipate it causing too much of an issue. I do need to give them a way down there to do all those things, so probably the quickest way is to just do this. And come around on the top side and give them another set of stairs up. And then a set of stairs down on this back side, and there we go. Sweet. And we are eating through our lumber relatively quickly, which is not cool. But there's not much I can really do about it. You are full. Let's get some help for Frostlars there. Help move some of that lumber around. Or not lumber, scrap metal. Yeah. You can't do anything up there, can you? Can you? You can now. Great. Now, I don't know if this will cause a problem for all these guys up here. So we'll find out now. We shall find out. And I also need to get an irrigation thing up here. You have nothing to do already. And then this last one over here is being taken care of by Jenny Miller. Jenny from the block is going to do amazing things for us. Great. Explosives are in, so that is great to see as well. I do need to give them this path that I promised them a minute ago. So that means tearing that out and putting in this tiny baby suspension bridge. Yes. And putting in this stairwell right there. Because why not? Now this this wooden staircase is now useless to us, but we shouldn't need that in the future anyway. So let's start blasting. We want to get this done really quickly because we are running against time, because we are going to have water in this system. So we should probably pause while we fix all of this. And of course I didn't give them a way to get down into there, so that needs to be rectified. That should fix that one. Honestly, yeah, that's fine. And we'll just toss in another one right there. That'll work. They can climb down and they can drop all those things down without too much of a problem. Okay, so we want that a priority. This all just needs to be dropped as a priority, though they've already got that all in, so that's cool. Okay, and I also need to get them a way down here. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. Or a way up. We do need to get them a way up anyway, because this stuff is in the way. Stairs right here. Give this a max priority. And then pathway right here. Then I also would like to take advantage of this lumber since it is here, but we will focus on what is in the way of our system for now, and then give this all a max priority as well. Boosh. Okay, sweet. That's going. That's in. I still haven't given them a way down. I should not have blasted that out. Can you guys reach that? You can reach that. Okay, that's fine. We shouldn't run into an issue where the water spills over. Okay, down we go. So that means coming down, probably down here. No. Nope. Down or up. That's right. We wanted to go up. So that means going up this way. double, single, stairs, 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 stairs. And that means that they won't have access to place that in once we've blasted that down. So that's going to be a problem for us. But let's give this a priority so they can get up there as soon as possible. You can also line this with the appropriate priorities. We can just have this torn out because that's just 2 pieces of lumber. I'm not too concerned about that. So we'll get that knocked out. They are tearing into these trees, so that is good to see. That means we can also start tossing in our dynamite. I think. There we go. One more tree to take out. They've already almost got it taken out. Brilliant. Now, the moment that... Okay, those guys are paused. We can pause that. And now you're going to tell me you have nothing to do, so you're paused now. So that means that that's taken care of. We can give this all a priority bump, and that should be a clean line. Still fighting the lumber issue, but we're staying positive, honestly. So I can't complain too much about all of that. None of this has popped yet. We still have another 6 days left before all of that goes. We can toss in one last pine tree right there. We do have bots over here placing dirt. Okay, because they're bored. All right, so this... Waiting on that one bot to finish up right there. Sweet. So now that line can go. And now we can start thinking about just running our power through here up to that. Now, and get that ready to go. That means doing something like this. There to there. I need them to get up here. They can't reach that probably because distance. Of course, there's a tree in the way. There, that should take care of it. Gonna have to give them a way up there too. So, actually, once that's blasted down, we don't need to place that one. So that's totally fine. That is acceptable. This is the worst pathing I've done in a long time, but it will do. Now we can get some of these guys up here to start working on the rest of this. There'll be a little bit more in the way of lumber available to us. Who has nothing to do within range? You are already bored. Sweet. So that's taken care of. All of this dynamite is in. Great. Let's blast this out. Let's keep going. We have 3.5 days to get this finished. We do have bots working as builders now, so this should go a little bit quicker, theoretically. Now, I need to know at what height we're currently at. I know that we probably need triples here. We need 4 to bring that down. So that means we need 5 to bring this down. Here, let's pause the game. Do things smartly. So that is that height, which means that that is... So... Let's see, this is... There. That is there. All right, so we want to go down to 3. That's right. So 3 is the level that that's on. This is at 7, so that needs to go down to 4. No. Okay, hold up. I think I figured it out how to measure this. So that level is 8. We know it needs to go down 4. Okay. So that's that layer. So the layer that is on. So if we brought this down 3, then that theoretically should be on the same level as that, right? And if we bring that, yeah, because that is 1, 2, 3. So that actually That's that level. So this is 4. This is... Yeah, this is way more complicated than I'd like it to be. Okay, we're just going to run with it for now. I can't think at the same time. I know that's crazy to think that I, of all people, am incapable of doing the thinking. But, you know, it's fine. Everything's fine. Need a triple here. Give that a priority. Really would like... Nah, I don't know if that would actually be helpful. Would that be helpful? I doubt it. Alright, we have 14 bots with nothing to do, so let's just go ahead and swap these guys over to bots. Since we are running against time, it would be helpful to have some workers working overnight as we continue to make a huge mess out of all of this. Let's see, they should be able to... Can't reach that. So let's go ahead. We'll grab this. Grab that. Now they should be able to reach all that. Theoretically? Yes. Can they reach this, though? No, they cannot. Okay, so that means stairs. Okay, that means that. And then stairs. And that gives you a max priority as well. They won't get to that because everything else is a max priority. So this is why you don't do max priority for anything, guys. Because it's just... You're constantly fighting priority lists. And you guys are bored, so you're both fired. Go ahead and blast this out real quick. Lumber is still not in the best position, but it's getting there. So yes, that did... Okay, that needed to go down 5, not 4. So that goes like that. This goes right here. And you go boom. And that means that you're a 3. Okay, that's all in. Going to start wrecking this. This is a tad bit excessive, but hey, I'm here for excessive. Maybe I should be leveling this all out instead of trying to do this onesie-twosie. That would probably be the smart thing to do. But again, I've never claimed to be the smart one here. I'm just playing by the seat of my pants here, alright? And that's all that you need to know about that. Anyway, I digress. Okay, so that is... I now need to give them a way up to that, which means that they can't do any of that. Okay, that was poor planning on my behalf. Okay. Let's pause this. Get them away up here again, because I did not plan appropriately for that. Again, seat of my pants. There we go. Now they should be able to reach all that. You guys get up there, do those things. Alright, I want to actually clean some of this up. We probably went down too far, honestly, in some areas. Hopefully not. Maybe? Alright, let's give this a priority so they'll get over here and do this. We should have the lumber on hand to take care of that. Okay, hold up. So that is there. I don't think I need to blast that down any further. I feel like that's on the same height, right? Is that a true statement? Yes, that is a true statement. So that one needs to go down one more right there. Wait a second. Maybe if there are any Timberborn devs that do wander into my videos, if we could have some sort of, in this layering tool, give us effective radius of the dynamite. And just like some sort of red filter or red marking. If you're gonna give us this shadow underneath it, maybe that's what that's supposed to mean. Is that what that is? That's how deep it's gonna explode? Is that what that means? Oh, maybe that's what that is. So that's going down too, so that's gonna... Maybe that is what that is. Okay. Then I will shush up and get back to placing dynamite and hoping that we can get this accomplished before the end of the next drought. Yeah. Because that's what somebody who flies by the seat of their pants would do. All right, that's all in. That's good. That's ready to rock and roll. I need to give them a way up there to get those logs and planks because I need those back because we're already out of logs again. Those guys are already bored. These guys have already stopped doing things over here. This is already nearly complete, so I might as well give some of the bots something else to do with their hands, I suppose. That did not connect. There we go. Need that taken care of. I also still need to blast some of this down. So that is... Go one here. Go triple there. Let's go double here. Let's go... I'm gonna bring it down to that height. And we'll go singles here. So everything's on the same level, and that should, or at least everything will be on that level, in which case it's just triples to go. That shouldn't be too much of an issue. I am actually kind of shocked by the amount of bots that we have on hand. I know that these are supposed to provide a little bit of efficiency to these guys to work a little bit better. So if we check on these guys, like they have a +1 boost because of the control towers, but the fact that they're pumping out and maintaining up to 70 or 80 bots is absolutely insane to me. I was pretty sure that it was only up to 50 is what we could actually get out of these guys, or out of 2 of those guys. So I'm quite shocked by this. All right, let's get this moving a little bit faster. We are going to have an issue. We might have to divert the water around. Okay. Or just divert it to that pool up front. I think that's probably what we're going to have to do. I don't want to do that, but we're going to have to because there's a huge hole in the middle of the way. Yeah. I'm not happy with the fact that it's taken me this long to actually get this all blasted out. It's fine. A few days here and there. So that is down to that level. Come on, game. I swear. Okay. Let's take a look. So that is there. This needs... Okay, they finally got the stairs in. So that's a double. So these need to be triples here. And that needs to be single there. And those are already triples. They've already placed all those. So let's blast that out. Okay. They are running those in. Sweet. Let's go ahead and open this up. There's a little bit of water left in there. We got 0.7 days left. I could... I probably can't do that. I can. I don't know. I don't know if they can actually build through the dirt. I still haven't tested that theory yet. I don't know if this is the time to be testing theories like that. So that's gone. This is gone. That is gone. That should all be on the same height. Okay, so that needs to go one more down. This entire line needs to go one more down. Is that right? Yes. Now that's probably all excessive, but we'll let that run and then we can start placing our power lines through here. And we'll cut that corner in. That side's already open. We're going to lose some water. A lot of water. That's going to suck, actually. Hopefully we can cap some of those off really fast. Like really, really fast. I don't know. I don't know if we'll be able to do that. Okay, that's almost all in. There's the end of that drought. Yeah, I probably should have waited for a bit more of a longer drought. So this was a decision on my behalf. Okay, we're going to pause because apparently the game doesn't like me laying stuff while I'm actively playing the game. So we're just going to have to pause during the laying of equipment or materials. That's all in. That's ready to go right here. So we'll blast this. And then come over here. That last piece right there is done. Now we can toss this in right here. Then like this. Grab that. Grab that. And now we need to do ridiculous things, which is place platforms all along the top of this, which is going to require a lot of lumber, which we don't necessarily have. But now that that is in, realizing that I can't even have you there, I need to have the power up shaft. Is that like, what's up, Shatner? Is that how this works? I'm realizing that this was a mistake. Actually, no, it's not. We can break that. Then we can have this go like there. And then we can put in the trip or the three-way right there. Yeah, that's going to cause a mess. Okay, they are putting all that in. I did open this, right? So water is filling in down here. Okay, that's what matters. We're going to lose water for the next drought, which stinks. But there's nothing I can do about that. Now, where are the platforms at? They are being built, so that's good to see. Sort of. How is this coming along? Okay, we have some lumber over here, so we can get these guys going. And I'll probably pause the lumber mills for a minute, just so that these guys don't make any more planks, because we are hurting for regular lumber. Now, I do want to prioritize this over anything else, and we want to fill this back in as soon as possible. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. That's the appropriate height, and we'll just block that off right there, and we'll block that off right there, and that should prevent the water from flowing in anymore. And we'll give this all a priority bump over that, because I would like to save as much of this water as possible, which will take some time, but the sooner we can do that, the better. This is beautiful, though. Don't get me wrong. Having all this water down here, this is a future plan, I think. I want to get... So one of the things I was thinking about is this source of water and just building a huge aqueduct and having that aqueduct, that's how that word is spoken, and having it dump in here or into the helix itself. Probably end up doing both, because this entire area being irrigated would be gorgeous, right? It's already really awesome. And having it even more irrigated would be even more awesome. At least I believe it would be. Let's go ahead and maybe this will help out a tad bit. I doubt it will. Let's drop this priority-wise just for a second. Have this set to dirt, and maybe we can get some of these haulers moving this in faster. I don't know if that'll happen or not, but that would be nice. I would like to see that happen really quickly. Okay. Maybe we'll swap out some of the hauling positions with iron bots so they can haul all night long. We can prioritize this as a place for the haulers to move dirt. We should have plenty of dirt on hand. Yeah, we've got 1.6K. So they should be bringing the dirt in, and this is almost... Probably should have just focused on the outer edges. Maybe that's what I should have done. Here, you guys focus on these, and then that would be better than anything, honestly. And we can save even more water. How are we doing on all of this? Everything is still green on this side. This is filling up. We have about half a tile left before that reaches max. We're at day 3 of a temperate cycle, so that's nice to see. This is filling in, so that is good. I need them to build that. That would be great. That way none of that spills off the side anymore. Please and thank you. Oh, I also need to fill in higher on this backside because there is... Duh. So that needs to go up to there and up to there and then there. Then don't need that place there, but this all needs to be a higher priority than anything else that's happening. I don't mind if water gets stuck in here. Just water flowing off this backside is not helpful because I do want to store water in here. Now we are saving water now because we did get this one line in, and it looks like they got this side in too. So that is good to see. Great. I love to see it. Now, that hasn't been connected yet, and neither has that, because they haven't built this yet, which is fine, because that's not the priority right now. The priority is saving water, and not necessarily anything else, honestly. Save the water, my builder timber iron bots. I keep calling you guys timber bots. You're clearly iron bots. Come on, iron bots. I believe in you. You can do it. You can save all the water all night long. All right. That is the end of day 3 into day 4. We've got 3 days left before the drought. I would like to save as much water in here as beaverly possible. So that means getting this side filled in sooner rather than later. You guys are all done. So we're just going to go ahead and pause all y'all. Yeah, I didn't mean to click on the beaver. Stop clicking on the beaver meat. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Sweet. And now you're paused as well. We can actually just go ahead and... Well, do you guys have scrap metal in you? You do. All right, we'll let the haulers come take care of that. Clear that out. Wait, I have so many beavers running around doing nothing right now. Which is fine. Well, I don't think it would help anything to build or have them do anymore. Yeah, this is fine. Okay, how is this coming along? It's moving, but slowly. Dirt still hasn't made its way into here very fast. What are my haulers doing? I hit supply, not obtain. Oh my goodness. Good job, me. Hit the right button, you goober. That will help out tremendously. I can't believe that. Actually, I can believe that I did that. That's on me. That's entirely on me, but hey, that's almost in. So that means soon we can actually, we should probably just go ahead and pull this up now. We can store up a little water in here, hopefully. We can actually start filling in this side, which is already almost full. This side is nice and full too, so that's brilliant. You love to see it. How are we doing on this? I still haven't seen this overcap this line right here. I'm not quite sure why that's not happening. Also, why do I have an injured beaver? What were you doing, barbed wire? What were you doing to get injured? I shouldn't have any regular beavers doing anything that they could get injured in. Interesting. Very interesting. But that's almost in, so that means we'll be able to save at least 2 tiles high. We're almost to the point where we can save 2 tiles high. That'll be 3 actually, so that's 1 tile, 2 tile. That is, this last one is going in here soon, hopefully. And that will be max capacity storage, which somehow we did within the time frame. We saved beaver kind. And there it is. Now we're full, and this will overspill here shortly. Now, what we're going to have to do is focus on finishing up. Uh-oh. Come on, guys. Why are we... Oh. Oops. Yep. Yep, that's a problem. Okay. Go ahead and rip this out, rip that out, rip that out, rip that out. And then go ahead and quickly toss dirt in right here. We'll give this a priority. They should be able to reach all that, and there should be plenty of dirt readily available to them. That is not good, guys. Come on. Come on. Just keep rocking. Keep doing it. Keep slapping that dirt in. We need to save that water. We need to save that water. Yeah. Save it. Save it. I think we've saved it. Do I need to go 1 higher? I think I need to go 1 higher. I don't know. Well, we do want to fill this side in anyway. So we can go ahead and start putting dirt in here. For now, that'll give them something to do with their hands while we're waiting for all of the lumber to come back in. We should have a nice surplus of lumber coming in right now because I paused those, what are they called? The lumber mills? As we pause the lumber mills, that should be saving us a lot of lumber. They were eating through that like no one's business. And having that out, or those paused, saves us a lot of material. Now, that should, in theory, be fine. We should not overflow there anymore. We've got our last day of the drought or the temperate cycle ahead of us. This is nice and full now. This should be filling in as well. That is full. I have this side open. I still don't know why I have this in. I don't know why I haven't torn that out. Oh yeah, I do know why. So I also want to tear this out and move this over, or move this over then tear that out, but that requires some stuff and things to be taken care of. Which shouldn't be a problem considering the fact that we're working with corner pieces and that should be relatively easy to take care of, but that's fine for now. Now, I do want to put in this piece right here. We can give this a priority bump so we can attach that to the power system. Lumber is looking a lot better now. I love to see that. I want to get rid of these random trees too, because they're just an annoyance. We're fine, right? Everything's fine? Yeah. Yeah, everything's fine. Everything's gonna be alright. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, we are flooding a little bit. Okay, we are just gonna rip this out. There's no need to keep this in here anymore. Come on. Stop fighting me. There we go. That should allow for a little bit more ease of access for all of the things. Or all of the dirt to... Or not dirt. All of the water to get through. I think that was just a purely a limitation on flow of water, right? Yes. That was doing nothing for us except for just being an inhibitor. Now water can flow freely through here, come through here. There we go. This side's filling up a bit nicer. That means that shouldn't be flooding there anymore. This side is not quite attached yet. Why are we not attached? Okay, what did we mess up? That is all okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I missed one. Please tell me they can place this. Uh-oh. Well, that answers that question. Can they build through dirt? I think the answer is no. You're gonna have to blast all the way down through there to get to that one little piece. Well, I'm glad we learned that lesson. And not in the middle of the race against time, you know. I'm happy that we learned that lesson. Okay, so that is 1, 2, 3 over. That's 1, 2, 3. We gotta blast down to from here. There we go. Alright, I'm glad we learned that lesson. And we can turn this off as a priority. Well, we're gonna need that. Do we have one building flooded? Oh, we had some spillage. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that'll happen. We have so many bots doing nothing. Oh, so many beavers doing nothing. Doesn't help that half these positions over here got a little floody. It's fine. How is this coming along? I've paused that. That's why it's not moving. Okay, we can actually go ahead and start attaching this. No need not to. While I go ahead and fix my other problem that I've created for myself. Oh, goodness. Haven't seen that before. Okay. Alright, let's start blasting down. Now, I wonder if explosives blast out materials. So, there is a platform down there. I wonder if... that blasts out materials. I'm glad I figured that shadow thing out, too. So, that's 1, 2, 3, and this next one should be blank. Blank. Yeah. I'm actually surprised that... Well, I'm not surprised that they did that. These devs are pretty smart about these kinds of things. Let's see. Is that the right height that we want to be at? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Well, we'll see if it blasts something or not. I guess. Alright. That's the last piece of dynamite going in. Well, and one more explosive that needs to go in. I do need to turn one of these guys on. Because we are running out of explosives. Okay, let's replace that with... We'll just swap these guys out for all bots right now. And then... probably do the same for some of these positions. more of the beavers out doing hauling jobs, so food stuff gets constantly made. We do have this covering all of this back here, so food should be made more efficiently. I need to focus on what it is that I need to be focusing on, though, instead of doing ridiculous things like that. So that's in. That's exploded. There should be that right there. So now we should be able to come down here, drop this one more level, and now they should be able to reach it. There it goes. Now it's connected and everything is good in life. So, lesson learned. You cannot, I repeat, cannot build through dirt. Unless there's something else I don't know or that I'm doing incorrect here. But I believe the answer is no, you cannot build through dirt. Cool story. That's all connected. So now we've got all of that going. So that is good to see. We've got lumber moving in the positive direction again. We are burning through our planks actively right now because of reasons, but that is fine. Wonder, let's go ahead and just swap these guys out. That's a good use of our bots, since we are going to start using them in, or start needing to use them for all of the grease factories. I believe the grease factories burn extract. That's something that we could do, is swap these guys over to bots. That's probably a better use of their time, honestly. So we can go ahead and just swap these guys back over to regular. Then power-wise, we should be fine to turn some of this additional stuff back on. Let's see here. Where did the bots go? That's right. There we go. Let's check that. 7,100 out of 4,400. That should be consistent. Yeah, and this is all connected. 300, 385, 380, 380, 380, 380 times 6. I'm not going to do math in public for you. You can't get me doing that. So that will be quite helpful. Now, the moment I turn lumber, or those lumber mills back on, the faster, or the moment is, that's the moment that we actually start tearing through all of our lumber and creating a poop ton of planks, which I'm not quite ready for. So we're not going to do that. However, we are going to toss in a lumberjack flag right there. And we are also going to rip out all of these guys, who should be empty right now. Yes, yes, yes. Now, I do want to get some irrigation up here to cover this last portion, and that give us a little bit more room to work with back here, potentially. I do wonder if this is worth it to get down here. Feel like it's not a bad idea. We'll go ahead and try that. All right. So, we have fixed our mess. So that's a good thing. We got power connected. We've got a little bit of lumber moving again. We've got a lot of lumber right here that's definitely in need of some attention. So maybe we'll swap some of you guys out so that the iron bots can do productive things during the night. And then another thing that I wanted to do is probably do something like this. So we're going to rip this out right here. Those are all connected. How are we still connected? Oh, we're still connected because of the tubeway station. So wait, does that mean I don't need this path over here anymore? At all? Oh, that is brilliant. Oh, I love that. That makes me so happy. Okay. All right. I am down for that. Oh, that is amazing. Give these guys a place to charge up over here. Maybe Maybe we don't need to attach it to this side. I don't know if that would actually be helpful at all, but yeah, whatever. That'll give the bots a place to charge that are working over here. That'll be quite helpful. We could probably just go ahead and replace Smooth there. And then, let's see, where else do we have a few guys? Maverick, you're gone. Barbed Wired, you're gone. I feel like we should be fine. That's supply. That is also supply. We're doing good, guys. We're looking a lot better than we were at the beginning of the episode. So that is good to see. We've got plenty of materials around now. And then next we get to finish building out this tubeway. Probably blast this back to have a nice working area to work with. Build our massive system over here for all of our materials, which will include lumber. So logs, planks, metal blocks, and dirt. That's what we're going to need a copious amount of on this side. But I have been yapping for too long. So that means it's time for me to go. That means I've got to get out of here. I hope you guys did enjoy this episode. If you did, please do hit that like button. If you haven't already hit that subscribe button, I would appreciate that as well. It helps the beavers. Makes them happy, you know. It also kind of makes me happy. We are encroaching on that mythical 1,000 subscriber mark, which is amazing. I never thought that would happen in my lifetime. Then again, anyway, I digress. I hope you guys have a fantastic day wherever you are in the world. Keep rocking in the free world. Make sure you guys keep yourselves nice and hydrated, nice and thirsty, and make sure your beavers stay nice and thirsty or hydrated as well. I'm out. See ya.